Yeah, 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 no. Greetings and salutations. This is your girl, Outspoken Diva, and let's have a talk about it, shall we? So I had no true intentions on talking about this subject matter, but it just won't die. So yeah, Outspoken Diva has to talk about this Usher concert, young lady fan of Chris Brown situation. If you've been hiding under a rock or minding your business like I usually do, and you stay off threads like I usually don't, seemingly at a concert stop in Nashville for the Chris Brown and Usher tour. Which everybody knows. If you didn't know, I wasn't going. I'm not going to. I wasn't going to. I'm not a fan of either. I'm not. Haven't ever really truly been a fan of Chris Brown and Usher. Now that once he became a Sean Combs apologist, yeah, he's out the door for me also. So I really wasn't paying attention until all of this happened, and comedian Anna Douglas was making fun of it, and I was like, "Dude, what has happened?" So, similar on the Nashville stop, Usher has this bedroom scene thing going on. I think Chris Brown brings brings fans up on the stage also to do something similar. I don't know. But Usher brings up a young lady who is now reported to be like 20, in her 20s. She's a young lady, much younger than younger than Usher, and she gets on the stage, and she's sitting on a bed, a bed scenery, and Usher goes in for a kiss or a smooch or something or other, and she backs up, and then he kind of, I guess he's trying to give her a lap dance, they say. And she's like, not into it, like, whoa, stop. And then he stands up and he's like, I guess she's not into it. Okay, All right. So a lot of things can be said about it. I'm like, okay. So I was watching a guy that I follow. He follows me on TikTok. His name is Tay. He was like, "Well, Usher needs to understand the Fry's model of consent, and that is reversible." And I was like, "Yeah, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that is it." So then, a day or so, like like a few days, maybe a day ago, not too long ago, he had something to say, and he was like, everybody's been calling her stiff and everything. Oh, and afterwards, she uh, interviewed with TMZ and said that, no, I'm a fan of Chris Brown's. Chris Brown could get it, but not Usher. You know, and of course, you had all the backlash, not backlash, but chatter, like mine, about, people are talking about, and I can't disagree with them. Usher, you should have got someone that looked more your age, or maybe chick, who's she there to see, and all this kind of stuff. I was like, yeah, and then of course, we had sir, you're not, everybody not here to see you. You kind of the old man in the clubs, on some portions of the fandom at this concert, right? Okay. So then a few days later, he claps back and he was like, "All right, if you don't want to be up here, don't come up here." And I was like, "So are we salty because we got rejected?" So yeah, y'all get this message over to Usher. Usher, it's time for you to learn the Fry's model of consent, because apparently you don't understand our parameters of consent, And you can't get mad because someone wants to say no because they don't want to be there. Okay. And apparently you didn't get all consent, and this is why we're having this discussion now, everybody and stuff. And there's no use you clapping back, because she said no. Okay. All right. So those of you who don't know what Fry's model of consent, we'll put it up here. Okay. And the Fry's model of consent are the 5 parameters that you need to meet legally. This is the legal definition for consent. Okay. Now most people think it's about the bedroom, but no. In actuality, this probably can go up against a lot of things that you need to give consent to. So, in my opinion, okay. First is the F is freely given. Usher should have checked. Maybe they want to scan the VIP to make sure everybody is there for Chris Brown, who's there for Usher, who's there for both. Okay, make sure that's freely given. Cause yeah, clearly she didn't freely give it to want to freely give it to you. Usher, she wanted to freely give it to Chris Brown. Reversible. Okay, I'm kind of like I said, the guy Tay. Uh, you can always back out. You can say no before or during whatever is going on. Okay. I don't give my consent. And because I mean, regardless of, whether she was there for Chris or not, but she got up on the stage, you got stage fright. Maybe she didn't really want, she thought she wanted to do it, she didn't want to do it. Y'all can call her stiff, y'all can call her whatever, but that's her right. You know? Safety first, right? Y'all always want to talk about that, but okay. Inform. Again, yeah, she might have been informed that she was coming up on stage, but how about informed that which star she was going to go see, which singer she was going to get to be on the bed with? Or how about you be informed on whether this person is your friend, is your fan or not? Hey. Enthusiastic. Hey. If it's not an enthusiastic yes, it is always a no. Did he see any enthusiasm in her? Again, had he asked to find out who is a fan of his, who wants to be up on stage with him, he might have gotten an enthusiastic yes. It wouldn't have been I don't know, I don't know, well maybe, or no. Yes is yes. Yes is the only yes. Okay. And trust me, had he did his due diligence and scanned the crowd, or the ladies that the ladies that were in lingerie that was walking the lady up to, make sure send them out there to find out who wants to be there for Usher, who wants to be there for Chris, who wants to be there for both. It's not that hard, It's not that hard. And then specific. Uh, just because I came on stage doesn't mean that do I want to kiss you? Does they give you? Do you have the right? Do you know? Yeah, a whole lot of things could have been done. So yeah, I mean, just because I want to sit here on the bed does not mean I want you to kiss me or you give me a lap dance. Maybe I just thinking that you're gonna just sit there and serenade me. I don't know. What if I didn't know about know what goes on at your show? You never know. My whole thing is if they scan the crowd better, So I think all of this is like those who are in VIP get to come up and stuff. A lot of things we wouldn't be having this conversation. Okay, if people did their due diligence, if people actually ask the right questions and do their research, okay. Usher, I don't know, man. I mean, me and you are in the same peer group, and we too old to be acting like this. You can't be acting all salty just because she didn't want to be on stage with you. She wanted to be on stage with Chris Brown. Find you a sexy lady that wants to be on stage with you. Ask the questions. I hope you're doing this. I hope without me having to tell you this. I hope since that natural leg of the you do this. I hope you have better sense than me. If I have to tell you, yeah, it's already too late. So, yeah. Okay, that's my rambling. That's my what I wanted to talk about. How do y'all feel about it? Of course, this is a non-argumentative zone. We do not slur. We can have a discussion. There's no slurs. There's no hate. Okay, but we can get down in the comments and let's talk about it. There on this video or on the social media site that you see this post pop up, or you can always slide in my DMs. At the email address down there in the comment. I mean, in the description box. Okay. All right, y'all. Don't forget, freely given, reversible, informed, enthusiastic, specific. That's how you know you got consent. Okay. And other than that, talking to you in adult terms.